Cody Garbrandt has come out and said he has been offered the second fight with Dominick Cruz, I believe for the UFC 290 card. And I think this is a really fun and interesting fight. I think Dominick Cruz is looking to get back from that first fight and beat Cody Garbrandt, save some of his legacy as a Bantamweight GOAT. For Cody Garbrandt, he is looking to fight a ranked opponent who is a little bit easier to fight against than some of the other Bantamweight fighters. I think this is a really fun matchup. I think it gets Cody Garbrandt back in the rankings if he does win. And I think Dominick Cruz does get back some of his legacy if he does win as well. So I think both of these guys are kind of in a slump right now. Dominick Cruz has been looking a little bit more impressive than Cody Garbrandt, which is why I think this one is going to be super entertaining and super fun and a very interesting matchup. So without further ado, let's get right into the early prediction and breakdown. We have Cody Garbrandt versus Dominick Cruz. Dominick Cruz 24-4, Cody Garbrandt 13-5. Dominick Cruz is 6 years older, same height, same weight, and does have a 2.5-inch reach advantage on the feet, and does have a 1-inch leg reach disadvantage in the leg reach. So for the previous fights, Dominick Cruz has coming off a head kick KO loss to Marlon Vera. Round 4 head kick KO loss, and he was actually looking very impressive in that matchup. I had a 3-0. I think a couple other people had a 3-0 too. Judges had it 2-1. So if it was a 3-round fight, I guess you could say Dominick Cruz would have won, but he was looking very good. Obviously, he was getting flash knockdowns, but those aren't enough to kind of win Chito Vera the round. I guess he did look better in that third round, but I think Dominick Cruz was pretty much controlling that whole entire fight, which is why they did give him the rounds, because flash knockdowns obviously are knockdowns, but they're not as damaging as some people would say. So very impressive performance there, obviously, until he got KO'd. But then before that, he fought Pedro Munoz, got knocked down there, but also did come back and win that fight, I believe 2-1, and then won a split decision against Casey Kenny. For Cody Garbrandt, his last matchup was against Trevin Jones, very recently actually, but he did look super patient in that matchup. Was a little bit more disciplined than what we're used to with Cody Garbrandt, and I think he fought a little bit of a smarter fight. Wasn't as active as I wanted to see from him, but obviously I think he just wanted to win. I think he needs to get that confidence back to get back in the UFC rankings and get back into that title picture, or at least he believes so. And then before that, he has a loss over Kai Kara-France. He went down to 125. Really rough weight cut. I didn't like that he was going down to 125. He did not look that good down there. He did get caught, did get scrappy, and with his scrappy style, it was not a good mix for him. Kai Kara-France is pretty good on the feet. Also, Rob Font, before that, I believe it was a Fight Night main event. 5 rounds, Rob Font pretty much outstruck him most of the rounds. I think Cody Garbrandt might have won 1 round, but I think it was pretty clean 5-0. But for the previous matchup, Cody Garbrandt and Dominick Cruz in that first matchup, Dominick Cruz actually outstruck Cody Garbrandt in every single round, but Cody Garbrandt won based off of damage, and I think he might do the same here. I think this is probably going to be a 3-round fight, maybe a prelim headliner, or maybe on the main card, who knows. But again, very interesting matchup. Dominick Cruz, a lot of people might say that his chin might be going a little bit more, especially after a big head kick. He was getting dropped quite a bit, just off of punches that he wouldn't necessarily get dropped by, which is why I think the chin might be going a little bit more. And a Cody Garbrandt who isn't getting scared of getting knocked out. I don't want to say scared, but he's not fearing the ability of getting KO'd in this matchup. So I think Cody Garbrandt's going to let his hands go, maybe mix in a little bit of takedowns. Obviously, Dominick Cruz has good defensive wrestling, but I think Cody Garbrandt can mix stuff in, maybe let his hands go a little bit more in this matchup, but I do think it's going to be relatively close again. I think it's going to be 29-28 victory for Cody Garbrandt. It could be a split decision, but I think Dominick Cruz is going to come out hot. I think he's going to do really well, avoid some of the bigger strikes of Cody Garbrandt. And then in the second round, I think Cody Garbrandt knocks Dominick Cruz down and then has a little bit of a moment where he is kind of attacking Cruz, going after him, and I think he does win off of that flurry. But I think the third round is going to be up for grabs, and I think Cody Garbrandt's going to do enough damage-wise to beat Dominick Cruz in this matchup. I do like Dominick Cruz. He is one of my favorite fighters, but I do think he is starting to get a little bit up there in age, and I think the chin is starting to go a little bit more. So yeah, I'm going to go Cody Garbrandt in this matchup by 29-28, maybe split decision. But I do think he lets his hands go, maybe mixes in a couple takedowns. I don't think he'll necessarily establish control or dominance on the ground, but I do think he can just mix it in and maybe look good here. But I do think Dominick Cruz does have some success here. I think he's still one of the top fighters in this division. I wouldn't say top fighters, but I think his his performance against Chito Vera was very impressive. Obviously, Chito Vera is very dangerous on the feet. Even after that Sandhagen fight, he couldn't really find that opening for Sandhagen, but found the opening for Dominick Cruz. But Dominick Cruz looked very impressive. Won arguably 3 rounds on that fight before he got knocked out. So I think I'm going to go Cody Garbrandt here. Just gets the KO. Not KO. I think he gets the decision over Dominick Cruz. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Who do you guys think wins this matchup? And I'll see you guys next time.